Good morning. It's 7:30 in the morning. I've been up since 6. Mark's still in bed. Um, we had a phone call yesterday. We were out in Chauvigny and we had a phone call to say that Mary had died. We don't have any more information, but obviously we've known for days that she's just been gradually fading in bed. So um, we've spoken a few times in the lead up to this, in the week, probably it was a week ago. So she died a week after Penny was called down to the care home, about how mundane death is. Um, I think we go through life imagining that there's going to be great trauma and drama, and actually mostly, I mean, I know that obviously there are deaths that are traumatic and dramatic, and not to sort of put that down, but actually, in Mary's case and many old people, it's just very mundane, and that's how it has happened for Mary. We're still not really sure how we're feeling currently, obviously. It's still me that's having the moments of um, feeling tearful, and Mark not so. But maybe that's not what he'll do. But yeah, so very sad. And we definitely won't be going over to the UK for a funeral. As I've said in another vlog, the um, the travel restrictions just mean that even if we travelled, our chances of moving on from a hotel would be really slim. We'd have to quarantine, and then we're reliant on receiving a negative PCR test. And we know from our experience in October that, excuse me, we didn't get the results of the test, so we'd be stuck in a hotel room with no results of a PCR test. And Omicron is just so infectious right now, and the UK, the numbers are off the scale, really, that it would be really silly to travel. Omicron is still not. I can't see great numbers for France at the moment. I know that I think we're lagging about 2 weeks behind the UK. So I think, at the moment we're reasonably safe, but our time will come, I'm sure. So no funeral to attend, and actually there won't be a funeral as we know it. Mary will be married. Will be married. Poor Mary. Um, she'll be buried, cremated, and there will be a witness, and that's all there will be. Again, very mundane, very sad, and I know that a lot of people, that's how they were. They ended their life there. That was the end of their life. In the same vein, during the first part of COVID, many people not being able to attend funerals and cremations taking place without anybody apart from an undertaker to be witness. And that's how it will be for Mary. And I don't feel bad about that. I think Mary won't know. And she was 96. She's had a difficult few years, several years with her partner, and there'd be hardly anybody at the funeral if there were a funeral. And again, there aren't any friends of her age that are alive, and they didn't socialise much in the last few years. There are cousins who live in various parts of the UK, and I can't imagine that they would travel in the current climate. So, yeah, that's how it's going to be. We're okay with that. Penny's okay with that, and we'll have a gathering in better weather, in better conditions, later on in 2022 to celebrate her life and get together. That seems the best thing to be doing. So that's that. That's Mary for now. We were out yesterday when the phone call came through. I was in the pharmacy, so I didn't actually hear half the phone call. Mark only got half the information because Penny had emailed him, and he doesn't have email on his phone. The email would have been back here at home, so he actually didn't realise what Penny was talking about until she started to talk about funeral directors and laying out, and then he realised that Mary was dead. So I was in the pharmacy. I bought myself a elbow support, which comes with an extra piece that's for this elbow. We went out to the pharmacies in our local town, and neither of them had one that would fit. It was one was too small and one was too long, too big. Both of them could order me one, which would be here by this afternoon or tomorrow morning. But I wanted one then. I was in a lot of pain. But we were going out to Chauvigny anyway. We'd planned to go to the Christmas market and to look at, and I was planning to do a vlog of the Christmas market and the Christmas lights. So the pharmacy at Chauvigny is much bigger. It's a very big drive-in pharmacy. So we went there, and this is what I bought. It was less than €30. But having decided to do something about my elbow and gone to the pharmacies in our local town and tried on a support and another support and whatever. By the time I'd done that, the pain in my elbow had reduced considerably, which is quite often the case with me. I don't attend very early on to pain. I put up with it and work around it and take painkillers and just carry on. It's not something I attend to. And then when finally I reach a crisis point, which I had yesterday, of it just not going away, I do something about it, and then it begins to disappear. That's what's happened. I bought this yesterday evening, early evening, put it on in the pharmacy, and it was lovely. I felt so supported. I could use my elbow. I need to put it on again in a minute, and it felt really good. And I'm pleased that I bought that, and I will wear it, and I'm sure there's times when I'm going to need it, but my elbow feels a lot better. So then we dropped down into the parking area, and where we were going, I'm going to get out and film the Christmas market, which wasn't there. So that must have had I would have thought it would have still been there. What's the date today? It's the 23rd today. I would have thought it would have still been there, but it wasn't. So there was no Christmas market. And I decided that I would do a vlog of the lights, the Christmas lights and the Christmas windows. And I did that, and I left Mark. He'd got his camera with him, so he was there taking photos. He was near the car. And I walked over onto the high street and started walking up and doing a vlog, and carried on walking, kept looking back, and there was no sign of him. It's only a small town. I knew I wouldn't lose him. So I did a vlog. I did a video, and came back to the car, and we got back in the car and we came home, and I started to upload it using an editing software so that I could add music to it, because I played it back, and the traffic noise was really uncomfortable. It wasn't pleasant, and I'd spoken a bit about over the video that you couldn't hear me under my mask, so I was muffled. Traffic noise wasn't. It was just really horrible. So though I put it in the editing suite and I added some music to it, and then when I played it back, it just wasn't nice, and it was jerky, and even with my gimbal it was still, there was a lot of movement, and I really didn't. I decided I uploaded it, and but have decided it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough to publish. It's really uncomfortable It's really unpleasant, and it's just Christmas lights, and you've seen them before. You don't need to see them again. And one day I'll do something nicer than that. So there will be no Christmas market or Christmas lights vlog. What you've got is this. And today is Thursday, so it's the 23rd. Tomorrow is the Christmas Eve, and that's when we're going out in the evening to Les Orangeries for the Christmas Eve meal. And I'm looking forward to that. I feel pretty safe. Was looking at our world in data again, and I think Omicron, the actual COVID is rising considerably in the cities, but it's still, we're not showing much for Omicron compared to the UK. So I think that we might be safe on Christmas Eve. And as I said before, it's a very big room and we're all spread out. So I'm sure we'll be fine. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to make mulled. We're going to go for a walk. Apparently, it was supposed to be yesterday, but the sun is going to come out today, and it's going to be a little warmer. Yesterday, when we went off to Chauvigny yesterday evening, we put the chickens to bed and then went off at about 5. And as we drove up onto the top, the highest point from here, it was white. All of the hedgerow was white and the trees were white. It's really pretty, which would have made it quite a nice short vlog had the phone not been in the back of the car. Anyway, we'll go for a walk later up through the hamlet and up into the woods and up out into the fields, because it's going to be nice, and I think it would be good just to get out even for 20 minutes. And I'm going to make mulled wine, and I'm going to look up on Google what the mulled bit is about. We sort of discussed it last night because Mark said, I said, oh, we'll go for a walk. And he said, oh, I thought you were going to make mulled wine. I said, but it's going to need time to mull. And we discussed whether it's the same word as mulling things over or whether it has another meaning. I'm sure it has another meaning, but we like to play with words. We're a bit, a bit weird like that, a bit silly. So anyway, I'm going to have a look and see what the mull bit means and have a look at the recipes. I've got cinnamon sticks. I've got dried orange slices that I can use because I haven't got a fresh orange. I've got some spices. I've got red wine, obviously, and I think it has brown sugar in it. I've got star anise, that might be nice in it. I'm, more likely, if I'm not careful, to chuck the things in I think should go in, but I want to check some recipes just to see if there's stuff that I'm not thinking about. So that's what I'm going to do today, and that's it really. Have a good day.